Let's get one thing clear from the start of this video. Whenever you hear the word drug, we are talking about bad drugs, not medicine. According to the US Food and Drug Administration, a drug is a chemical substance such as a narcotic or hallucinogen that affects the central nervous system, causing changes in behavior and often addiction.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Methamphetamine.
Acid?
No.
No, I don't know. Is it alcohol?
Not really. You're not addicted to it after a certain point of time, and also because under the influence of drugs, it's you'll not really die per se. If you consume a lot of it, you might throw up.
No. Would have been a drug, then the government would have banned it. It's not banned, it's easily available. ठेके पे मिलता है. So I don't think it's a drug.
Now see, that's the part that really grinds my gears. So let's work with that earlier definition and see what a drug is. It's a chemical substance that affects the central nervous system, causing changes in behavior and often addictive. Ding ding fucking ding! Alcohol is a drug. Now you may be aware of the short-term effects of alcohol because they're so easily visible. But overdose can also lead to problems like regrettable sex.
Oh God!
What about blackouts where you don't remember anything? Which is often an excuse used by guys who asked out a girl and say like, oh no, I had too much to drink, that doesn't mean anything. Also, a fair number of domestic violence and marital rape cases have alcohol as a conductor. It can even put you in a freaking coma. Oh, and another thing. Alcohol not only kills you indirectly, like in the case of car crashes and violence, but an overdose could literally just kill you. According to the World Health Organization in 2012, about 3.3 million net deaths, or 5.9% of global deaths, were attributable to alcohol consumption. That's 5 times more effective than malaria.
Say what?
What about the long-term effects? Well, there are plenty of those too. Increased on-the-job injuries and loss of productivity. Sexual problems, I bet you're paying attention now.
Say what?
Increased family problems and broken relationships. Permanent brain damage, well, there goes your attention. Malnutrition, and even cancer of the mouth and throat. But despite all this evidence, it is still a fairly accepted substance in society. अब माँ बाप भी पीते हैं तो बुरी चीज कैसे हो सकती है?
Long holiday. Cheers. Cheers.
The stigma around being a drinker has dropped, and that is definitely not a good thing. If you're a 19-year-old who enjoys a beer once in a while, it seems okay, even though it's illegal in this country. But if you're a 25-year-old who enjoys a doob once in a while, oh, totally different reception. People have started drinking at an earlier age because of this, and at an alarming rate. In the 60s, the age of initiation was 23 and a half years. In the 90s, the age of initiation became 19 and a half years. And recently, speaking to the Indian Express, Dr. Shanti Ranganathan of TTK Hospital, Chennai said the age of first use has come down to 13 or 14 years of age. With that in mind, the gateway theory states that the use of less harmful drugs precedes and can lead to the future use of more dangerous drugs or even crime. Now, cannabis has taken the blame for being considered a gateway drug by many people and authorities. But hello, if you've consumed a chemical substance that changes your mood, affects your central nervous system, and is addictive, you've already done your first drug. So personally, I'm fairly certain alcohol is the gateway drug. It only gets away with it because socially it's not considered a drug. Personal beef I have with all this is that people feel the need to correct me when I use the word high when someone has consumed alcohol. They're like, oh no bro, you don't get high on alcohol, you get drunk. What are you high? How does it even matter? Why are people so hell-bent to make this drug stand in a league of its own? Drugs are addictive and overdoses can be lethal. The deadliest combination of both is heroin. Doesn't take much to kill you or make you an addict. Acid, on the other hand, is statistically the safest drug. Cocaine is super addictive and fairly lethal, but also very expensive. Ganja is moderately addictive too, but being killed by it is highly unlikely. And look, oh look, where our friend alcohol turns up. Moderately addictive, but the second most lethal drug known to us. And here's the kicker, with heavy or long-term use, alcohol changes your brain and body chemistry. When an alcoholic suddenly stops drinking, the brain systems basically go haywire with the sudden change. Apart from the regular withdrawal symptoms, it can cause seizures and heart strains, which could kill a person. It's like a relationship that you get into because why not give it a shot? And it turns out to be an abusive one. But you can't leave because loneliness is far more terrifying. What makes it even worse that this moderately addictive drug is so easily available. And the age restriction laws, well, who gives a shit? It becomes an even harder challenge to make people aware of the problems of alcohol because it is so ingrained in our culture. Songs with references to alcohol are always there in the hit list.
अरे आज किसी को मारेंगे बिन ये दारू
Sporting teams and events are sponsored by liquor brands. We even have a show about it of our own on ScoopWhoop, well, because it sells. There is something about this generation that aspires to be a delinquent, and we are cashing in on it. Even though direct advertising was banned by the Indian Cable Television Act in 1995, they found a loophole which quite frankly makes that ruling a joke. Have you ever partied your ass off to a Blender's Pride music CD? Or gone for a round of golf using Royal Challenge golf accessories? Or even gotten your salary in the form of Officer's Choice peanuts? Most of the products that are advertised are not even available for purchase that easily. And the thing that really gets under my skin about alcohol advertising is the gall they display when they warn you about their products in their ads. Celebrate responsibly.
Vodka, pussy, drink.
Celebrate. Celebrate.
दिल्ली के जनकपुरी में शराब के नशे में कार चला रहे एक शख्स ने 3 लोगों को कुचल दिया, जिनमें से 2 की मौत हो गई।
What the fuck do you mean celebrate? When was the last time you saw an anti-drinking commercial? Seriously, think about it. So much has been done about the anti-smoking campaign to the point where I started to believe that Mukesh is an old friend of mine. But if I have to look at a picture of lung cancer every time I buy a pack of smokes, shouldn't a bottle of alcohol carry a warning sign as well, saying, may cause elderly men to harass girls at your party and make it palpably awkward. May cause you to believe that giving money to your deadbeat son will make you cool in his eyes. May cause you to believe that your Maruti Alto is a Lamborghini Gallardo.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Alcohol being legal is what makes it so hard for us to convey the message that it is in fact a drug. Alcohol has more credibility than IIPM University. Look, I used to be a professional bartender and a mixologist, and I have a deep respect for the craft. Cocktails are pretty much culinary drugs with aroma and presentation skills. The point of this video is not that you should never drink, because that's a little crazy. It's fine to have a drink once in a while and even go reasonably overboard at special occasions. What I am asking you is that if you're a minor with a developing brain, you should definitely hold off a few years. If you're depressed about something and think that drinks make the pain go away, it doesn't, man. It makes it worse. Try meditating, exercising, being productive, or just seeing a counselor if it's that bad. If you're at a party and drinks are the only way you can have fun, you may want to look into what's really missing from your life. What I am telling you, without any reservations, that alcohol is a chemical substance that alters your central nervous system, causing changes in behavior and is addictive. In other words, it's a drug. This is not even open to debate because that's just a fact.